How do you take a calf and make it become an oxen?
Yeah, you keep him about 5, 6, 7 months old, and then you get him castrated. They call it doctor. Get him doctored. And then from there on, he grow into an ox.
So your father had oxen.
Oh my, yes.
And your grandfather had oxen.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was brought up in the ox family anyway.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And you were telling me that you had raised oxen and bought and sold oxen your whole life except when you were in the war.
Yeah, that's right.
And you said how many teams that you guessed you had?
I just judged around 500 pairs, probably.
We shorten them up like that so it keeps them for standing right for and put the yoke on them.
When you have a pair of oxen that have pulled in many events, do you think they sense the competition?
Yes.
You do. They
Yes.
know it's a competition.
And some of them are very sly too. They'll do great home, but you get them out in the ring where they know you can't correct them. Spotty, come up here in your place.
So how many pairs of yokes will this team require as it grows?
This is their first one, and when they're that size, they'll have to have a new yoke every year. And you measure their heads, see how long the heads they take. That's where they grow out of a yoke, is the width of the heads.
I see.
See?
Yeah.
So if you're going to make a new yoke, the first thing you do is measure the heads, see how long a head you need in the beam, you know.
In the olden days, you started with a piece of birch like that out there, and an axe. Now I mean a double bitted axe, and you used it all, made it square. Now I use that right there, power saw,
Right. That's cheating.
and square it.
Okay.
And then when you get it squared, then I use that right there.
Yeah.
That's my adze.
Stay between the lines like that. You see? Just like that. Chisel it out like that. There's an old fella.
A yoke is fairly complex. The design is the same, but the style differs for each pair of animals.
It must be pretty sharp.
That is sharp. And now when you get done with that, this here is how you smoothen it. Yeah. That piece of glass ain't much good.
I'll be darned. Isn't that something? Huh.
See?
You take a piece of birch with you, right?
Yeah.
And from the time you arrive to the time you leave with a finished yoke, how long roughly are we talking about?
2 hours and a half.
If the old people keeps dropping out of them and the young people don't start taking them up, oxen's going to disappear again. Around here in the late 50s and 60s, oxen disappeared. And then younger people started taking them up again for exhibitions. And some of the older people, after they retired, well, they went back into them for exhibition and stuff.